Today on University Report, we'll show you some reasons to feel good after the bombings in Boston. The weekend's sunny forecast gets people excited for patio season, and find out what movies you might be catching this summer.
Good morning. I'm Arthur Neinheis.
And I'm Sheree Pierce. University doctors took major steps in medicine after performing a risky surgery Tuesday. A historic bone marrow transplant may have cured a little boy of HIV and a rare form of leukemia. The boy's mother said she was thankful that the U of M gave her son a chance to live.
Millions of Chinese are still waiting for temporary housing and clean water after being hit by an earthquake. This magnitude 6.6 earthquake hit a remote mountainous area of Sichuan, China, Saturday morning, killing 200 and injuring more than 12,000. It's happened in the same region devastated just 5 years ago by a massive quake that killed 70,000 people. And spirits are beginning to rise a bit in Boston. Police confronted the two suspects of the Boston bombing marathon a week ago today. Since the attack, gruesome images and painful stories have flooded the media.
But there's plenty to feel good about. Andrew Christina shows us some of the positive reactions to the bombing.
The sound of the blast might live in our minds forever, but it's the stories of people doing good that will always be in our hearts.
Yeah, I scored him out.
Take 52-year-old Carlos Arredondo, for example. When the first bomb went off, he rushed toward the chaos. His quick thinking saved the life of one victim who would lose both legs from the blast. That man is 27-year-old Jeff Bauman. His friends set up a donations page online to help cover his medical expenses. As of Wednesday, they've raised over $600,000 for Bauman. Donations for victims of the bombing have been remarkable. The governor of Massachusetts and Boston's mayor created the One Fund Boston to streamline donations into a single account. In 1 week, the fund raised nearly $24 million. The city turned to their love of sports to relieve some of the pain. At the first home game since the bombings, Bruins fans sang a powerful rendition of our national anthem. Over at Fenway, Neil Diamond surprised fans and led the crowd in singing Sweet Caroline. The song is traditionally played during the 8th inning of every Red Sox home game. But this time was special. This time was for Boston. Andrew Christina, University Report.
The snow is finally melting in Minneapolis after a record-setting spring snowstorm. Even the birds are confused by the unusual spring we're having, but sunshine and warm weather are making a comeback this weekend. And with it, the concern for flooding across the state.
Here in the Twin Cities, the flooding risk is far less. And this is especially true as the Mississippi River flows through the Twin Cities campus of the University of Minnesota.
Spot-in credits are low flood risks to high riverbanks and strategically placed dams.
The Twin Cities campus, University of Minnesota students very seldom have to sandbag, unlike those that go to school in Fargo and Moorhead, or Grand Forks for that matter.
And anglers and wildlife enthusiasts can breathe a little easier this summer. A new study shows there is no evidence of the highly invasive Asian carp in Minnesota. Samples from the Mississippi and St. Croix rivers showed no DNA present in the water, which is good news from last year, where samples contained signs of a growing population. The Minnesota Department of Natural Resources says despite what the study shows, there may be Asian carp in Minnesota waters, though their numbers are likely still relatively low.
And hard times have fallen on another Twin Cities landmark. The College of Visual Arts, founded in 1924, announced it will be closing its doors at the end of the spring semester. The St. Paul-located private arts school has been going through financial troubles for some time, and discussions are in the works on ways to raise funds for the school in the future, but so far have been unsuccessful. Despite the sad news, students and faculty members are looking on the bright side.
Over time and over the semester, people have kind of gotten accustomed to the idea that, it's a sad thing and that it really sucks, but for the most part, everybody will be okay.
If you're interested in checking out some of the student work, the final graduation exhibit runs until May 4th. And when we come back, we'll find out how restaurants are getting ready for the warm weather.
Energy. How do we generate more and waste less? At the University of Minnesota, we are powering a revolution, developing a more secure, smart grid that can recharge the economy while respecting the environment. Because supplying energy can be less costly. Because our power grid can power the future.